Worms Revolution looks different, yet familiar. Can you tell us more about the landscapes?
Yeah, sure. I mean, essentially we wanted to keep the gameplay in 2D like the previous games, but we wanted to push the technology so that it was actually all in 3D for the visuals. It's not up until recently we've had the computing power to have the ability to do this. So in this iteration of the game we have 3D landscapes at the same level of detail as the 2D landscapes that we had previously.
And how are the particle effects different in this game?
In Worms Revolution we've managed to put together a special smoke rendering system which has allowed us to do a huge amount of smoke in the game. We have had limitations in the past where we've not been able to do very much particle effects per explosion. In this game we've managed to put together a system where we can have a huge amount of particles and cover the screen with smoke if we need to, so we're not limited anymore.
In the past there's been objects I've had to navigate around. Will these be making a return?
In Worms Revolution we have a fully featured physics system now in place. In previous games we've had static objects on top of the landscape, and they're actually part of the landscape. In Worms Revolution these now move around in physics. Physics objects can be destroyed, and they have extra properties when some of them are destroyed. For example, you could have a lighter which explodes, you have test tubes which expel poison, and also water bottles can blow up and produce water.
What's this new water we're seeing?
In Worms Revolution we have a brand new water system that is custom made. It's very realistic. We include properties such as viscosity, compression and also turbulence. The water in Worms Revolution can push objects around. So for chain reactions in this game, the water is a very big part of that. The water affects the worms and the push force. Everything is dampened underwater, and it's very difficult for the worms to move around and even jump out of water. Worms don't die instantly when they hit dynamic water, but it's very much like poison. They take damage at the end of a turn if they're in water.